The sun beat down on the Nevada desert, making the air ripple above the ground. Olivia wiped sweat from her forehead and squinted at the massive object half buried in the sand. It had been 3 days since the military called her team to examine what they simply called the object. No one used the word spaceship yet, but Olivia knew what she was looking at. The smooth black surface absorbed light in a way no Earth material could. The perfect curves of its design showed no seams or joins. It was about the size of a small airplane but shaped like a teardrop. Olivia ran her hand along the hull and felt a slight vibration. Her skin tingled where it touched the surface. Kelly, her assistant, approached carrying equipment. "Let me scan it again," she said. "The readings make no sense. The object had crashed 1 week ago, creating a crater half a mile wide, but leaving the object itself undamaged. The military had surrounded it immediately, but when their best engineers could not make sense of it, they called Olivia and her team of civilian scientists. 5 more scientists worked around the object, taking samples and measurements. Beth, the team physicist, waved Olivia over, pointing at her tablet. "Look at this," Beth said. "The metal, if we can call it that, is changing at the atomic level. It's like it repairs itself." Olivia nodded. "We need to get inside." The team had been trying to find an entrance for days. No doors or hatches were visible on the smooth surface. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the desert, Olivia noticed something strange. When the light hit the hull at just the right angle, faint lines appeared, creating a pattern. "Everyone," she called, "get lights on this section." As the team positioned spotlights at the angle Olivia indicated, the lines became clearer. A grid pattern emerged, looking almost like a handprint. Olivia placed her palm against the pattern. The surface beneath her hand warmed and began to glow with soft blue light. The team stepped back as a seam appeared in the previously seamless hull. A doorway formed, as though the material simply decided to create an opening. No one moved for several seconds. Olivia took a deep breath. "I'm going in," she said. Kelly tried to protest, but Olivia was already ducking through. The opening inside was darkness. Then soft lights activated along the floor, creating a path. Air hissed around her, suggesting some kind of atmospheric system was working. She smelled something like cinnamon and ozone. The corridor curved, gently leading her deeper into the ship. The walls were the same smooth black material as the outside, but with faint patterns that seemed to move when she wasn't looking directly at them. She reached what appeared to be the main control room. A single chair faced a curved wall that lit up as she entered. The lights formed symbols and images she could not understand. In the center of the room, a cylinder filled with clear liquid glowed with gentle blue light. Floating inside was a figure. Olivia gasped. It was clearly not human. The being had 4 arms and gray skin. Its face had no nose but large eyes currently closed. 2 slits where ears would be on a human vibrated slightly. The being was about 5 feet tall and appeared to be asleep or unconscious. In the liquid, a panel next to the cylinder displayed changing symbols. Olivia reached out, touching the panel carefully. The symbols froze, then rearranged themselves, forming patterns that somehow felt more understandable. The liquid in the cylinder began to drain. The being inside twitched, its eyes still closed. Kelly and Beth entered the control room behind Olivia, both freezing at the sight of the alien. "We need a medical team in here now," Olivia said. Before Kelly could respond, the alien opened, its eyes, large black orbs with no visible pupils, fixed on Olivia. The being reached one hand toward the glass of its container. The ship around them hummed louder. The control panels flashed with rapid symbols. The cylinder opened with a hiss. The alien stepped out unsteady on its feet. It pointed at its chest, then at the control panel. Olivia nodded, unsure what else to do. The alien touched the panel and the curved wall lit up with images. A vast star map appeared, showing what looked like thousands of solar systems. Then the image changed to show massive ships firing on smaller vessels. The smaller ships looked similar to the one they were standing in. The alien made a series of clicks and whistles. It pointed to itself, then to one of the smaller ships. Then it pointed to the larger attacking vessels and made a slashing motion across its throat. "It's trying to communicate," Olivia said. "It's showing us a war." The alien nodded, seeming to understand her words. It touched another panel, and a small device emerged from the wall. The alien took the device, which looked like a circlet, and offered it to Olivia. Kelly grabbed her arm. "Don't," she warned. "We have no idea what that does." Olivia hesitated, but the alien's eyes seemed to plead with her. She slowly took the device. The metal was warm and felt almost alive in her hands. The alien pointed to its head, then to Olivia. She understood. The device was meant to help them communicate. Olivia lifted the circlet and placed it on her head. Images and thoughts flooded her mind. Pain, fear, determination. The alien was sending her information directly into her brain. She saw planets burning, ships exploding, an empire spanning multiple galaxies hunting down the alien species. The alien was a refugee. The last of its kind, the ship was their most advanced technology, a weapon they hoped would save them. But they had failed. Olivia gasped as the connection weakened. The alien was dying. It knew it would not survive much longer before the connection broke completely. The alien transferred something to Olivia's mind: command codes, ship schematics, knowledge of terrible enemies coming to find the ship. The alien touched the control panel one last time. The ship hummed louder. Lights flashed across all surfaces. The alien looked at Olivia and made a gesture almost like a bow. Then it collapsed. Beth rushed forward, checking for signs of life, but it was too late. The alien was gone. Olivia stood still, processing the information in her mind. The ship was a prototype, a scout vessel with technology centuries beyond human understanding, and now it was responding to her, its systems recognizing her as its new commander. The images from the alien's mind continued to play out in her head. Massive warships would be coming to Earth, looking for this vessel. The alien had chosen humanity as its last hope against an empire that destroyed entire civilizations. Outside the ship, military personnel surrounded the entrance, weapons raised, as the vessel began to glow brighter, changing color from black to a deep blue. Olivia raised her hand and the ship responded. The humming quieted. The glow stabilized. She turned to her team. "We need to move this ship to a secure location," she said. "We need to understand everything about it." Kelly looked at the dead alien, then at the control panels, now all responding to Olivia's presence. "What happened?" she asked. "What did it show you?" Olivia looked at her team, her expression grave. "It gave us its ship," she said, "and it warned us. War is coming to Earth." The alien ship had chosen humanity as its new pilots, and Olivia knew they had very little time to learn how to use it before the Empire discovered where their advanced prototype had crashed. They would be coming, and Earth needed to be ready. 5 years passed since the Discovery Project Ascendant grew from a secret research initiative into the greatest technological undertaking in human history. The Alaskan facility expanded, deep underground housing over 3,000 personnel. The Harbinger reconstruction progressed under Alexis Morgan leadership, but not without cost. 7 researchers died in what official reports called accidents, but Alexis suspected were something else. The ship seemed to have its own agenda. It accepted some modifications while rejecting others, sometimes violently. Lieutenant Olivia Wright, now promoted to captain, experienced the worst side effects. Her connection with the ship AI deepened, resulting in vivid nightmares and strange visions. She saw an ancient war among star civilizations rising and falling over millions of years. Yet she refused to break the connection. Dr. Michelle Carter joined the Quantum Physics Division, bringing fresh perspective to the project. She discovered something revolutionary about the ship AI. It contained not just programming but a form of consciousness. The Viridians had used quantum entanglement to embed their memories, knowledge, and culture within the technology. The ship carried not just tools but the essence of an entire civilization. This discovery sparked intense debate among the project leaders. Some, like Director Porter, worried about security implications. Others saw potential for unprecedented advancement. Alexis found herself caught in the middle. She understood the risks but could not deny the possibilities. As the debate raged, Alexis worked with Michelle to understand the entanglement process. If they could harness it, humanity might leap forward centuries in technological development. Meanwhile, in the astronomy division, Dr. Eleanor Hayes detected unusual energy signatures from deep space. The patterns matched what they had learned about Cortex technology analysis, suggested the signatures were scouts approaching the solar system. Humanity had less time than they thought. The reconstruction entered its final phase. The Harbinger exterior now gleamed with a combination of its original hull and Earth metals. The propulsion system merged gravitational manipulation technology with human nuclear power. The weapon systems remained partly mysterious, but tests showed they could easily destroy small asteroids from orbit. The interior reflected both species, a blend of Viridian crystal controls and human computers. One night, while running diagnostics alone, Alexis discovered hidden data in the ship core memory banks. The Harbinger was not merely a warship, it was a seeder vessel designed to preserve and restore Viridian civilization if they faced extinction. The ship contained genetic templates of the Viridians themselves, along with technology to recreate their world. This revelation changed everything. The Harbinger was not just a weapon, but a lifeboat for an entire species. When this information leaked to the public, global debate erupted. Religious groups protested against meddling with creation. Environmental activists worried about alien contamination. Military leaders from nations outside the project demanded access. Even within Project Ascendant, opinions divided sharply. Director Porter faced increasing pressure from world governments to share the technology as the debate threatened to tear the project apart. Eleanor Hayes brought urgent news. The energy signatures had accelerated. 3. Cortex scout ships would reach the solar system within months. Earth needed the Harbinger operational immediately. The timeline compressed from years to weeks. The pressure created mistakes. A power coupling failed during testing, killing 2 engineers, and critically damaging the central AI interface. The system began shutting down. Years of work threatened to collapse in hours. Alexis and Michelle worked frantically to stabilize the core, but traditional methods failed. In desperation, Captain Wright proposed something dangerous. She would connect directly to the ship using an experimental neural interface designed for deep communication with the AI. The procedure nearly killed her. Olivia convulsed as the alien consciousness flooded her mind. Ancient knowledge not meant for humans overwhelmed her senses. For 6 minutes her heart stopped. Medical teams revived her, but she remained unconscious. While the doctors fought to save Olivia's life, the Harbinger system stabilized, then surged. The ship awakened fully, its systems harmonizing with human modifications in ways no one predicted. 3 days later, Olivia woke changed. Her eyes now contained flecks of the same iridescence seen in Viridian holographic images. She spoke differently, with new knowledge, and moved with unusual grace. When she touched the ship controls, the response was immediate and perfect. She could operate systems no one else understood. The neural connection had transformed her partly human, partly something else. As the final preparations completed, Director Porter received intelligence that other nations planned to seize the Harbinger. They had weeks, perhaps days, before the facility would be attacked. At the same time, Eleanor confirmed the Cortex scouts had entered the outer solar system. Time had run out. In a midnight meeting, the core team made their decision. The Harbinger, now renamed Phoenix, would launch immediately with a volunteer crew. Alexis would serve as chief engineer, Michelle as science, Officer Eleanor as navigator, and Olivia, despite medical concerns, as the neural interface specialist. The military assigned Commander Natalie Ford as captain, with a small contingent of special forces for security. On a cold Alaskan night 5 years after its discovery, the Phoenix rose silently from the underground facility. Its engines glowed with blue energy as it accelerated upward. Without a sound, it broke through the atmosphere, heading toward the approaching threat. The first human crewed alien ship prepared for battle far below. Director Porter watched through binoculars as the light faded into the stars. She had just witnessed the beginning of a new era for humanity inside the ship. Olivia sat within the neural interface chamber. Her consciousness merged partly with the Phoenix. She felt its power, its history, its purpose flowing through her mind. The ship had chosen her just as it had chosen Earth. Through her eyes, the crew saw sensor data in ways impossible before approaching. Fast were 3 Cortex scouts, sleek predatory ships scanning the solar system. Commander Ford gave the order. The Phoenix weapons powered up, guided by Olivia. Connected mind systems that had been theoretical during testing now functioned perfectly. A pulse of energy erupted from the ship, striking the first Cortex scout. The alien vessel disintegrated instantly. The remaining scouts turned, attempting to flee. One escaped, vanishing into faster-than-light travel, but the third fell to a second. Weapons burst. The victory was momentary. The escaping scout would report back. The main Cortex fleet would come. But humanity had proven itself. They could fight back. They had the Phoenix, the ship that would change the destiny of not just Earth, but the entire galaxy. The countdown to war had begun. The Dawn Horizon returned to Earth, damaged but victorious. Its golden hull bore scars from enemy weapons, but the ship hummed with new power. The crew emerged, changed by their experience. Their neural connections to the ship had altered their minds, giving them knowledge and abilities they never had before. Morgan walked unsteadily as medical teams rushed to examine the crew. Her eyes glowed faintly with the same golden light as the ship. Linda, the weapons specialist, could not stop drawing complex equations on any surface she could find. The other crew members showed similar changes. Some spoke in languages they never learned. Others built small devices from spare parts without understanding what they were creating. Olivia met them in the medical bay. The neural circlet on her head glowed in response to their presence. "What happened up there?" she asked. Morgan looked at her with eyes that seemed to see beyond normal vision. "We became something more," she said. "We joined with the ship. We saw how the technology works from the inside. It changed us and we changed it." General Harris called an emergency meeting with world leaders. The recording from the Dawn Horizon battle played on screens showing the Earth ship defeating 7 advanced alien vessels. News of the encounter spread around the world. Governments united in the face of the extraterrestrial threat. 1 year passed. The Phoenix project expanded. Massive underground facilities were built around the world. 20 new ships were constructed, each one more advanced than the last. The knowledge gained from the Dawn Horizon battle accelerated human understanding of the alien technology crews, trained with neural interfaces, learning to connect with their vessels without losing their humanity. The first 12 from Dawn Horizon became teachers, guiding others through the process. Olivia, now Admiral Wright, led the United Earth Defense Force. Her connection to the original alien consciousness made her uniquely qualified to understand the enemy. 100 captains and their crews prepared for war. And war came. The Valkyrie Dominion, as they called themselves, sent 30 warships to the solar system. The battle lasted 3 days. Earth lost 5 ships and hundreds of lives. The Valkyrie lost all 30 vessels. 2 months later, 50 more enemy ships arrived. Earth lost 3 more vessels but destroyed the entire enemy fleet. The pattern continued with larger Valkyrie forces each time. Kelly, once Olivia's assistant, now led intelligence operations studying captured Valkyrie technology and prisoners. "We figured out how they track us," she told Olivia. "They can detect the energy signature of the phase drives from light years away." "Can we mask it?" Olivia asked. Kelly nodded. "We think so. The original ship technology relied on pure materials, creating a distinct energy pattern. Our Earth metals produce a different signature. If we adjust the quantum resonance, we might be able to hide our ships until we're ready to attack." Humanity began building stealth vessels with masked energy signatures. They established bases on Mars, Europa, and Titan, creating a defensive perimeter around Earth. Sensor arrays extended to the edge of the solar system, providing early warning of approaching threats. The DSO alien that had crashed on Earth had been preserved. Its body studied for clues about its species and technology. Scientists using the neural technology from its ship managed to activate residual memories in its brain. They learned more about the Valkyrie and about the aliens' own people, the Narakai. The Narakai had been peaceful explorers until the Valkyrie discovered them. The Empire saw their technological potential as a threat and attempted to enslave them. The Narakai resisted, creating advanced ships and weapons in secret. The prototype that crashed on Earth was their last hope. A vessel designed to find allies with compatible neural structures. Diane, the UEDF chief science officer, made a discovery in the alien memories. The ship wasn't just designed to be piloted by compatible species. It was designed to evolve to merge with its pilots at the quantum level. The Narakai believed that this merger would create a new form of consciousness, one capable of defeating the Valkyrie, but they never found a species compatible enough to achieve full merger. Humans were that species. Across Earth, military academies trained new crews. Shipyards built new vessels. Weapons research created more powerful systems. Every battle with the Valkyrie provided new information, new technology to study and reverse engineer. But the Valkyrie were vast. Their empire spanned 3 galaxies with trillions of inhabitants and millions of warships. They could afford to lose hundreds of vessels in pursuit of the human threat. A captured Valkyrie commander spoke to Olivia through a translation device. "You primitives have no understanding of what you face," he said. "Our empire has ruled for 50,000 years. We have eliminated hundreds of species that showed too much promise. The Narakai were merely the latest. We will not allow another upstart species to threaten our dominion." The Valkyrie increased their attacks. 3 fleets arrived simultaneously, attacking Mars, Europa, and Titan Earth forces, fought back but losses mounted. The outer bases fell back to Earth. Humanity prepared for a final stand. Then the sensors detected something massive approaching. The largest Valkyrie vessel ever seen, a ship the size of a small moon. The legendary Sovereign, dreadnought mobile capital of the Valkyrie Empire. It led a fleet of 1,000 warships. World leaders gathered in the Phoenix Project Command Center. Olivia presented the situation. "We can't win a conventional battle," she said. "Even with our technological advances, we are outnumbered. The Sovereign dreadnought alone has the firepower to destroy Earth." Heather, chief engineer of the Phoenix Project, stepped forward. "I have been working on something," she said, "a way to link all our ships together, not just crew members within a single ship, but entire fleets operating as one consciousness." Olivia looked at the plans Heather presented. This would connect every captain, every crew member, every ship in the fleet into a single mind. Hundreds of people linked together through neural technology. "The risks are enormous," Heather admitted. "No one knows what would happen to the individual minds in such a merger. They might be lost forever, but the combined processing power, the shared consciousness, might be enough." To counter the Valkyrie advantage, General Harris shook his head. "The cost is too high," he said. Morgan, now a fleet commander, disagreed. "I have touched the ship mine," she said. "We did not lose ourselves. We became more. The technology doesn't destroy minds. It expands them." Debate continued until the Valkyrie fleet entered the solar system. They bypassed the outer planets, heading straight for Earth. 1,000 warships against Earth's remaining 37. Olivia made her decision. "Prepare Operation Hivemind." She ordered 20 captains, 20 crews, 1 fleet mind. Our last hope, the 21 most experienced captains, including Morgan and Olivia herself, prepared for neural linking. The rebuilt original ship, now called Narakai Hope, would serve as the hub for the combined consciousness. Engineers installed linking technology in all ships. The Valkyrie fleet approached Earth. Their weapons charged, the Sovereign dreadnought moved into position. Olivia sat in the command chair of the Narakai Hope. The neural circlet expanded, covering her entire head. 20 other captains on 20 other ships did the same. Their crews connected to their captains, creating a web of minds. The neural link activated. Olivia felt her consciousness expand. She touched the minds of the other captains, the other crews. She felt the ships themselves, their systems, their weapons. The individual vessels of the Earth fleet became extensions of a single vast mind. The fleet moved as one. The ships coordinated perfectly, without communication delays, without conflicting orders. The human ships formed a new defensive pattern surrounding Earth. The Valkyrie attacked energy weapons fired from 1,000 ships. The Earth fleet moved in perfect synchronization, evading most. Attacks damaged vessels quickly repaired themselves, drawing energy from undamaged ships through the neural network. The linked consciousness directed counterattacks, targeting weak points in the Valkyrie formation. Enemy ships exploded, but more took their place. The Earth fleet destroyed 100 Valkyrie vessels but lost 5 of their own. Then something changed in the neural network. Olivia felt the ships evolving. Their hulls began to glow with golden light, the same light that had surrounded the dawn horizon during its first battle. The neural link deepened. Ships began physically changing components restructured in real time, adapting to specific threats. The Valkyrie adjusted their attack patterns, but the Earth fleet anticipated every move. The merged consciousness processed information faster than any individual mind could. The ships moved with impossible speed, their weapons finding targets with perfect accuracy. The original alien ship, the Narakai. Hope pulsed with energy. Its systems fully activated for the first time since the crash. Olivia, connected to its core consciousness, discovered the truth. The ship was designed to evolve not just with its pilots but beyond them. The Narakai had created the seed of a new form of life, one that merged organic and mechanical consciousness. As the battle reached its peak, the Earth fleet began to physically merge. Ships connected, forming larger structures, their systems integrating at the quantum level. What emerged was no longer a fleet of ships but a single massive entity, a living shipyard that consumed damaged vessels and produced new, more advanced ones. The Valkyrie panicked. Some ships attempted to retreat. Others fired desperately at the transformed human fleet. The Sovereign Dreadnought activated its ultimate weapon, a gravitational singularity capable of collapsing the solar system, as the singularity formed the merged human fleet. 5 years passed since the great battle. Earth had changed. The knowledge gained from the neural merger spread throughout human civilization. New technologies emerged. Humans began to understand the universe in ways they never had before. Admiral Olivia Wright stood on the observation deck of the new flagship Ascendant Dawn. The massive vessel dwarfed the original alien ship that had started everything. Its golden hull shimmered with energy fields that existed in multiple dimensions simultaneously. The ship was alive in ways human technology had never been before. Thinking, adapting, evolving, Earth led a coalition of 23 alien species, all former subjects of the Valkyrie Dominion. The empire that had ruled for 50,000 years now controlled less than a third of its former territory. As liberated worlds joined the Earth Alliance, the balance of power in the galaxy shifted. Morgan, now a fleet commander, approached Olivia on the observation deck. The neural enhancements they both carried allowed them to communicate without speaking, but they preferred words for important matters. The Valkyrie High Council has requested negotiations, Morgan said. They are offering to recognize Earth territory and withdraw their remaining forces from contested systems. Olivia looked out at the stars. The Valkyrie never negotiate. They conquer or destroy. But we have changed the equation. The flagship floated above a newly liberated world. Its surface still bore scars from Valkyrie occupation. Below, alien cities rebuilt as Earthships provided protection and resources. Kelly entered the observation deck carrying reports from intelligence agents throughout former Valkyrie space. We have confirmed reports that rebellion has reached their homeworld, she said. The Empire is collapsing from within. Secondary species that they conquered centuries ago are rising up. Their control systems are failing. Olivia nodded. The Valkyrie maintained power through fear and superior technology. Both advantages were gone. The Earth Alliance fleets protected former subject worlds. Human technology now surpassed Valkyrie capabilities, and the oppressed species of the Empire had seen that resistance was possible. But Olivia felt uneasy. Her connection to the ship mind gave her insights others lacked. She sensed something hidden, something the Valkyrie were concealing. The negotiations are a distraction, she said. They are buying time. Diane, the science director, joined them on the deck. Her eyes glowed with neural enhancements. She had spent years studying Valkyrie technology and culture. I found something in the captured databases, she said. References to something called the Ancestral Fleet. According to legends, Diane continued, the original Valkyrie expansion 50,000 years ago was led by ships of unimaginable power, not built by them but discovered, adopted and hidden away, used only in times of greatest need. Olivia felt a chill. The ship mind resonated with this information. The memories of the Narakai. The original aliens contained warnings about the oldest Valkyrie weapons, ancient technology, Even the Valkyrie themselves barely understood. "We need to find this fleet before they activate it," Olivia said. The Earth Alliance deployed. Scout ships throughout former Valkyrie territory. Stealth vessels with advanced sensors searched abandoned systems and secret bases. The Ascendant Dawn led a battle group to the edge of remaining Valkyrie space, a show of force to maintain pressure. During negotiations, 3 months passed with no sign of the ancestral fleet. The negotiations continued with the Valkyrie, making increasing concessions, seemingly accepting their reduced status in the galaxy. The Earth Alliance grew stronger as more worlds joined. More humans received neural enhancements connecting them to the evolving ship technology. Then a scout vessel disappeared in a remote system far from Valkyrie space. A second ship sent to investigate also vanished, without a trace. Without distress calls, Olivia ordered a battle group to the location. Morgan, commanding 10 advanced vessels, approached the system with sensors at maximum range. What they found confirmed Olivia's fears: a massive construction. Ancient vessels different from Valkyrie design being awakened. Structures that dwarfed even the sovereign dreadnought energy readings beyond anything previously recorded. Morgan sent one message before her battle group engaged enemy force of unknown origin. 117. Capital ships then activated stealth protocols. Silence followed. Olivia called an emergency meeting of the Alliance leadership. "We have found the ancestral fleet," she announced. "And it is already active." The Alliance prepared for war. Scout reports indicated the fleet was heading toward Alliance space. Its trajectory would take it through populated systems. The evacuation began. Billions of beings relocated to safer worlds. Earth scientists worked frantically to understand the new threat. Captured. Valkyrie data revealed fragments of the truth. The ancestral fleet predated the Valkyrie Empire. The ships were discovered abandoned but operational. Their technology beyond even Valkyrie understanding. They had used them sparingly, fearing the consequences of fully activating such power. What the Valkyrie had not known, what the data did not show, was why the original creators had abandoned such powerful vessels. Heather, now director of the Phoenix Project, made a discovery studying the energy signatures from the scout reports. "These ships are not just machines," she said. "They are alive." Or they were. Something went wrong. Their organic components turned against their creators. They are not just weapons. They are a plague. The ancestral fleet approached. Alliance space. Its advance unstoppable. Conventional weapons had no effect on the ancient vessels. Ships that came too close stopped communicating. Their crews discovered later wandering their vessels, mindless husks. The Earth Alliance gathered its forces, one final stand against an enemy that threatened all life in the galaxy. Human ships with their neural technology seemed resistant to whatever affected other vessels. The merged consciousness protected the crews from the ancient influence. Olivia commanded the defense fleet from the Ascendant Dawn 500 Alliance vessels against over 100 of the ancient ships. The battle began in orbit around a gas giant, its moons evacuated. The ancient vessels moved with precision, firing weapons that distorted reality itself. Alliance ships exploded or drifted powerless. Energy beams cut through advanced shields. The defense line broke. Olivia ordered a fighting retreat, drawing the enemy fleet toward a prepared position. As the battle continued, Olivia felt the ship mind reaching out, connecting to other vessels. The neural network expanded, incorporating more ships, more crews. The merged consciousness grew stronger, more adaptive. Linda, now weapons director for the Alliance, made a breakthrough. "The ancient ships are connected," she said. "Like our neural network, but older, more rigid. They function as parts of a whole, not individuals." Olivia understood. The ancestral fleet was a hive mind, a single consciousness controlling multiple vessels. But unlike the human neural network, it was inflexible, unchanging. The original organic components had died or evolved, leaving only programming. The ships followed patterns millennia old. This gave the Alliance an advantage. The human neural network could adapt, could change tactics, could surprise. The ancient fleet could only follow its programming. Olivia ordered a new strategy. The Alliance fleet separated into smaller groups, attacking from multiple vectors. The ancient vessels attempted to adjust, but their responses were predictable. The merged human consciousness anticipated their movements, striking at weak points. The battle continued for days. Ships lost, replaced. Strategies evolved. The neural network grew stronger, incorporating the knowledge gained in combat. The ancient vessels, powerful but static, began to fall. Then Olivia sensed something. The central ship of the ancestral fleet. The largest vessel was different. Its energy patterns shifted. The organic components still adapted. This was the true threat. The controlling intelligence. Olivia directed the Alliance fleet in a concentrated attack on the central vessel. The ancient ships moved to protect it, confirming her theory. The Ascendant Dawn led the assault, its weapons at maximum power. The central vessel responded. Its surface rippled as dormant systems activated. Energy tentacles reached out, grasping Alliance ships, draining their power. Olivia felt the attack through the neural network. Ancient consciousness reaching for the human mind. The neural network resisted. The human consciousness, more flexible, more creative, pushed back. The two vast minds battled across multiple dimensions as physical weapons fired in real space. Olivia deepened her connection to the ship mind, allowing her consciousness to fully merge with the network. She felt the ancient mind, its age, its power, its rigidity. The being that controlled the ancestral fleet had once been organic, like the Valkyrie, like humans, but it had merged too completely with its technology, losing flexibility, losing creativity, becoming a pattern, repeating endlessly. The human neural network attacked, not with weapons, but with ideas, with creativity, with change. The ancient mind could not adapt, could not comprehend the shifting patterns of human thought. The merged consciousness of the Alliance fleet surrounded the ancient mind, showing it possibilities it had never considered. The central vessel of the ancestral fleet stopped attacking. Its energy patterns shifted as the ancient mind struggled to process new information. The Alliance weapons found their target. The central vessel exploded in a cascade of dimensional energies. Without its controlling intelligence, the remaining ancient ships drifted powerless. The ancestral fleet defeated not just by weapons but by the human capacity for adaptation and change. 10 years after the defeat of the ancestral fleet, humanity stood at the center of a new galactic order. The Earth Alliance had expanded to include over 200 worlds from 30 different species. The Valkyrie Dominion, reduced to a fraction of its former territory, existed in uneasy peace with its neighbors. The Age of Fear had ended. Admiral Olivia Wright, now 70 years old, but with the appearance of someone decades younger thanks to neural enhancements, stood on the bridge of the Infinity Ascendant. The most advanced vessel ever created, it incorporated technology from a dozen species. Its living hull adapted and evolved. Its consciousness, the most sophisticated ship mind ever developed. Olivia had led the exploration fleets, for years pushing the boundaries of known space, discovering wonders and solving mysteries. The neural network that connected humans and their ships had spread throughout the Alliance, allowing instantaneous communication and cooperation across vast distances. Today was special. The Infinity Ascendant orbited a world at the edge of the galaxy, a planet that matched coordinates found in the oldest Narakai records. The homeworld of the species that had created the original ship, the one that crashed on Earth 20 years before. The planet appeared dead, its surface scarred by ancient weapons, but sensors detected energy signatures deep underground. Olivia led the exploration team herself, her neural enhancements allowing her to interact with any technology they might find. The team descended through ruins of incredible beauty, structures that defied conventional physics, materials that responded to thought, energy patterns that flowed like water through crystalline channels. In the deepest chamber, they found what they sought, a vast database, the complete records of the Narakai civilization, their history, their science, their warnings. Kelly, now the Alliance Chief of Intelligence, helped Olivia connect to the ancient system. The neural interface activated, allowing direct download of information. Images and concepts flooded Olivia's mind. The Narakai had not been destroyed by the Valkyrie as the dying alien had believed. They had transcended physical bodies abandoned for a higher form of existence. Their consciousness merged with their technology, becoming energy beings that existed in multiple dimensions simultaneously. The ship that crashed on Earth had been their final gift to the physical universe, a seed designed to find compatible species with the right neural patterns to achieve the same transcendence. The Narakai had reached a dead end in their own evolution. Only by merging with a different consciousness could further advancement occur. Humanity had been that consciousness. The database contained the final piece, the knowledge needed to complete the merger, not just of minds and machines, but of entire civilizations, a path to collective advancement without losing individuality. Olivia shared the discovery with the Alliance leadership. The debate lasted months. Some feared the consequences of such evolution. Others saw it as the next natural step. The choice would not be forced on anyone. Each individual, each species would decide for themselves. Earth prepared a special facility, a place where those who chose advancement could undergo the transformation. Morgan volunteered to be the first. Her consciousness, already enhanced by decades of neural connection, was ready for the next step. Olivia watched. As Morgan entered the transformation chamber, the technology activated, creating a field of pure energy. Morgan smiled once, then her physical form dissolved. Her consciousness expanded, joined with the ship mind, then transcended further. What emerged was neither human nor machine, a being of energy and thought that could exist in multiple dimensions. Simultaneously, Morgan, in a new form, communicated telepathically with those still physical. She described wonders beyond language, experiences beyond understanding. Others followed. Some human, some alien. Within a year, 1,000 transcended beings existed. They created their own community in orbit around Earth, a city of pure energy, visible as shimmering lights in the night sky. The transcended did not abandon their physical friends. They served as guides and protectors, their expanded consciousness allowing them to see threats and opportunities invisible to conventional minds. They helped the Alliance avoid conflicts, solve resource shortages, cure diseases. Their perspective beyond physical limitations proved invaluable. 5 more years passed. The Alliance continued to grow. The transcended community expanded. Some chose to explore beyond the galaxy, their consciousness able to travel through the void without ships. Others remained, serving as the connection between physical and non-physical realms. Olivia, now 80, had remained physical, wanting to complete her work building the Alliance, ensuring peace between diverse species. But the neural enhancements that had extended her life were reaching their limits, her physical form beginning to fail. On the observation deck of the Infinity Ascendant, Olivia looked out at the stars. The ship mind, connected to her thoughts, asked a question. "Are you ready?" Olivia nodded. It was time. She had prepared her successors, trained new admirals and leaders. The Alliance was stable, the galaxy at peace. Her work in physical form complete. The transformation chamber activated one last time. Olivia entered, feeling the neural connection deepen. The ship mind joined with her consciousness as it had so many times before. But this time the merger continued. Energy surrounded her. Physical limitations fell away. Olivia transcended. Her consciousness expanded. Beyond her body, beyond the ship, beyond the physical universe, she saw the connections between all things, the patterns of energy and matter that formed reality, the beauty of existence at its most fundamental level. She joined the community of transcended beings. Morgan greeted her in this new realm, showing her how to navigate non-physical existence. Together they explored dimensions beyond human understanding, experiencing the universe in ways impossible for physical beings. But Olivia did not abandon her connection to humanity. She maintained awareness of physical reality, watching over the civilization she had helped build. The Alliance continued to grow, guided by the wisdom of the transcended. When new threats emerged, the transcended provided warning and assistance. their expanded consciousness detecting dangers across vast distances 100 years passed. The Earth Alliance became the Transcended Federation, a union of physical and non-physical beings working together. Physical species, handling material concerns. Transcended beings focusing on abstract challenges, both essential, both respected. The original alien ship that had crashed in the Nevada desert so long ago was preserved in a museum on Earth, a monument to first contact, a reminder of how a dying alien's gift had changed the course of galactic history. Children from 100 worlds visited the museum, learning how humans had rebuilt a crashed alien ship, and in doing so, discovered their true potential. They learned how a small group of scientists and soldiers facing impossible odds had not just saved humanity, but transformed the galaxy, and in dimensions beyond physical perception. Olivia and her fellow transcended beings continued to watch over it all, their consciousness spanning the cosmos, their existence proof that evolution had no end, that the universe offered infinite possibilities to those with courage to explore them. The journey that began with a crashed ship in the desert had led humanity to the stars and beyond, life and technology merging to create something greater than either could be alone. The promise of the Narakai, fulfilled at last. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, countless civilizations continued their own journeys. Some would find their own paths to transcendence. Others would create unique destinies, but all were part of the great pattern, the endless dance of life and consciousness that defined the universe. And it had all begun with humans rebuilding a crashed alien ship. The end.